All right, so when you think about a company's finances, your eyes probably go straight to the big reports, right? The income statement, the balance sheet. They feel like the whole story. But what if I told you they're actually the last chapter? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and find the real beginning, the one unseen step that absolutely everything else depends on. Okay, so just think about it for a second. If you were building a company's financial reports completely from scratch, where would you start? What is the very first thing you would do? Yeah, I've got a feeling the answer might surprise you. You know, for most of us, we think the process kicks off with the big name reports themselves, the final documents that tell you if you're making money or not. But that's a bit like opening a book and starting with the very last page. I mean, you see these super polished, official-looking documents, and you just naturally assume, okay, this is where it starts. But in reality, they're just the final summary of a much, much longer story.
That's right, we're talking about the holy trinity of accounting. The trading account, the profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. These are the reports that tell you, how a business is really doing, its health and its performance. They are the grand finale, the end.
And hey, it's not just students getting this mixed up. Our source material actually points out that even some seasoned pros can completely miss this fundamental step. It's a surprisingly common blind spot. So, okay, if these big reports are the end, then what in the world are we missing? What comes before all this?
So the real beginning, well, it's not some complicated spreadsheet or a super formal report. No, it's way more fundamental. Something that happens literally every single day in any business. It's the simple, tangible proof that a transaction even happened.
It's called the source document. Think of this as the origin story, the superhero origin story even, for every single number that lands on a financial statement. It's the proof, the evidence, the raw data that everything else is built on.
And these foundational building blocks, what do they actually look like? Well, it turns out they're not mysterious at all. In fact, you probably handle them all the time without even thinking about it. Yeah, we're talking about stuff you see every single day. Invoices for sales, receipts from purchases, bank statements, even the little stub from a checkbook. Every single one of these is like a tiny but absolutely crucial piece of the financial puzzle. It's the ground truth for everything in accounting. All right, so we've got a pile of receipts and invoices. Big deal, right? Well, why is getting this seemingly simple step right so incredibly important? Believe me, the stakes are way higher than you might think. Okay, so think of it like this. There are two paths you can go down. On one path, you get your source documents organized. That leads to a reliable trial balance, accurate reports. Basically, you know what's going on. But the other path, where the docs are missing or just a total mess, that road leads straight to errors, garbage data, and you guessed it, terrible business decisions. It's a very simple, very clear case of cause and effect. Okay, so let's put it all together. Here is the correct flow. It doesn't start with those big final reports. No way. It all begins with step 1, getting those source documents organized, meticulously. Only then can you move on to step 2, preparing a reliable trial balance, and finally, step 3, creating those accurate final accounts we all rely on. So look, the big takeaway here isn't just knowing the steps, right? It's about actually doing something. The absolute best way to make sure everything is accurate is to just build a simple, unbreakable habit. Organize these documents the moment they come in. And that brings us to a final and pretty important question for you. What's your system? I mean, whether it's stacks of paper or folders on a computer, how do you keep all these crucial documents organized and ready to go? Because as we've just seen, the health of your entire financial picture depends on it.